Hi everyone, I'm Anna Zeller. I'm a registered dietitian with the Eastern Highlands Health District, and I'm here with my friend Jean, who's the wellness coordinator and also a dietitian with the Eastern Connecticut Health Insurance Program. So Jean, do you like sweet foods?
I do like sweet foods.
Okay, I know, who doesn't? So do you ever find that when you eat certain sweets that it's just maybe hard to stop eating them, or it's just certain sweets don't satisfy you?
Absolutely. So I'm hoping that you can help me with that.
Yes, exactly. So we all have that struggle. So the cool thing about today's recipe, this is a Chocolate Bliss dipping sauce, and it has healthy fat. It's got some natural sweetener that will hopefully curb the sweet tooth a little bit, and it has some nice minerals in it. So yeah, this is a great recipe just to have around the house. Instead of having, let's say, like a thing of ice cream or candy bars, I think it's important to have a little something sweet to munch on when we get the craving.
Sure.
So we're going to start with a 1/4 cup of just regular old Hershey's, I'll let you do this,
Okay.
Hershey's cocoa powder, unsweetened. And this is probably something most people have laying around their house.
Put it right in?
Yep.
Okay.
And a lot of my recipes are kind of go with the flow. Don't worry too much about the rules. If you want a little more chocolatey, put a little more chocolate in. If you want a little less, you can, put a little more syrup in. So perfect. So I love having this cocoa powder around because also you can add it to oatmeal in the morning to give yourself a little bit of a mineral boost. Sometimes just incorporating a little bit of different flavors and spices like that can help to keep food cravings down.
And there's no sweetener in here.
And that is unsweetened. Yep, so if you read the label, it should just say ingredients, 100% cocoa.
Excellent.
And that's what we like to see, is food with 1 or 2 or 3 ingredients. It is what it says, so that's awesome. All right, so we're going to do 4 tablespoons of coconut oil. Have you ever used coconut
Yes,
oil? What do you
I love
use it
coconut.
for?
For different things of baking, I put that in, and it's good for your skin, too. So
Exactly. I know. When we were up here before getting ready, I had a little extra on my hands, and I just kind of rubbed it on my arms, and it's great for skin health.
yeah,
And
it's very versatile.
although it does have saturated fat, it actually is now being shown to be good for heart health. So this is something that's great to incorporate in small amounts. It still has a lot of calories, but it's good in small amounts, such as like a chocolate sauce. And see, I'm using that nice coconut oil. And then we're going to use my favorite sweetener, maple syrup. So I have to remind myself of how much. Again, this is something I don't want to mess up too much. So 3.5 tablespoons. So it's good to get liquid measurements right because it can throw off the consistency a tiny bit. But once you get the consistency right, you can add and take away and play with things a little bit.
Okay.
And then we're going to do about a teaspoon or so of vanilla extract. And again, these are ingredients that most people have laying around the house, or you can find at most grocery stores. So this is just my little travel food processor. You could use a blender. You could use a big food processor. So it's going to get loud here for a minute. So let's give it a little check. All right. So if you want to just kind of get the cocoa powder, you're a I think seasoned cook probably in the kitchen, so I have the right person here with me.
And how would you store this after any extra?
I would do it at room temperature in a Tupperware container.
And how long would it last for?
That's a good question. Probably around 2 or 3 weeks. Okay. I mean, really probably even longer than that, because if you think about coconut oil and maple syrup and cocoa, those all stay on the shelf for a while. So you could probably even leave this up to a month. I don't know if it would last that long.
Right.
So let's give this one more little chop here. And then let's scoop it out into our dish. So we can actually take this out if you, we can just take the middle out if it comes out here. Let's see. And then we can scoop that. And this is fantastic as a fruit dip. You can dip, oranges, strawberries, bananas. It's also great if you want to switch it up to do like a savory food, like a nut or something. You could just do little chocolate dip nuts for a party or something, and also a healthy alternative to like your store-bought frosting. So if you are into baking or cooking, you can frost little oatmeal cookies or even little muffins with this. So now the hard part, Jean has to try it.
Yes. Chocolate-covered strawberries.
So who doesn't like those? And it really is just a nice way to satisfy that sweet tooth.
Really deep, rich chocolate.
Yep. Yep, and it actually has tons of magnesium, and again, it's got all that healthy fat, so that's going to keep you away from eating too much of it. So I'd say probably a tablespoon of that as a serving, dipped in some fruit is a good amount. So have fun with it. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
Yep, and enjoy the recipe.